Alright, so in this video I'm going to be ranking more of my favorite movies. These are a mix of horror and just R ratings. Um, so um, in last place we have um, Factory Girl, and um, the girl on the cover here is very pretty, and it has Anakin Skywalker in it, Mr. Hayden Christensen himself. Um, but there's a lot of stuff in here that I thought they could have done, or they could have pushed the bar a little further, and it felt like they were holding back, and it kind of shows that it's like you guys don't really want to make this because you're holding back. So yeah, in 24th place we have um, King Kong versus Godzilla 1963. That's this movie right here. And um, all in all, it's pretty good. Um, it has all the Godzilla and King Kong action and fighting that you would want it to, and but it plays it safe at the same time. But it does give the audience what they wanted with the showdown between the two creatures. Um, in 23rd place is this other King Kong thing, got King Kong Escapes. We'll get to this later on. But yeah, the King Kong Escapes here is a pretty interesting story where King Kong gets gets away from people that I think were holding him captive or something like that. Um, in 22nd place, we have Dying Breed, and this is about a family in Tasmania that are trying to find a Tasmanian tiger, I think, and they encounter a bunch of cannibals, and well, it wasn't a good situation for them. We'll put it that way. So yeah, interesting, and it's part of the After Dark Horror Fest 3 collection. I don't have any that are After Dark Horror Fest 2, which is interesting, but anyway. In 21st place, we have Elysium, and all in all, it's a really good Matt Damon movie from the director of District 9, which we talked about in a previous video. Um, and yeah, I really did enjoy this movie, but it's been a long time since I watched it, so I might need to give it a rewatch to see how well it holds up. But I remember it being pretty good, so it's definitely not one I dislike. In oops, looks like I left something on here that I was supposed to have cleared off, which is probably why I messed up later on in the video. Hold on. So let's see. This one can become a different thing. It pains me to put this one or this next title so low in the ranking because it's really, really good, and that is number 20, Ex Machina. It's a really good movie. I kind of wish it had more of what the first thing on its rating is. If you know what the first thing on its rating is, you'll know what I wanted to have more of. But they saved that for like that part for like the very end is like an afterthought. But it has a 5-part featurette, behind the scenes stuff, a Q&A with the cast and crew, which is cool. It has Alicia Vikander and Oscar Isaac's in it. Or is it Oscar? Oscar Isaac. My bad. So that's cool. In 19th place, we have Fatale. And this is a story about a husband who goes to Vegas and has an affair by accident and then comes back, and the person he had an affair with gets a job in his hometown and causes problems between him and the wife, or and his wife, and has I don't recognize any of the names on here other than Hilary Swank. I think I said that right, but I don't really know how I recognize her. That name sounds familiar to me for some reason. In 18th place, we have Game Night, and Rachel McAdams and Jason Bateman both give really good performances in this as their respective characters. And the game that's chosen for the titular game night is a murder mystery, and they end up having to solve a legitimate murder, which is an interesting plot twist. What else is in here? I don't recognize any of the rest of these names, and none of the other faces look familiar. So there we go. In 17th place, we have Fear. And Fear has Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon in it as the two lead characters. And it says this is a provocative thriller that will have you past the brink of terror and keep you on the edge of your seat. But it wasn't all that creepy and scary. I mean, his behavior was kind of like, all right, you're a creeper, dude. But it wasn't like scary. Like, it was like, okay, that's kind of a creepy situation or a creepy thing for you to be doing. But it was like stalker creepy, not scary creepy. Whoop. Almost dropped this next one. In 16th place, we have Freeway, another Reese Witherspoon movie. And from the Reese Witherspoon movies that I've seen, this is actually one of my favorites of the bunch. Kiefer Sutherland it does a good job as well as kind of a creep type character like Mark Wahlberg's was in the previous title. Yeah. I heard this one has a sequel, so I want to try and find and check out that. In 15th place, we have that other King Kong movie from that 3-pack. But this one is the Ultimate Edition, King Kong with Jack Black. I actually haven't seen the Ultimate Edition yet, but I have seen the regular version, and the regular version's quite good. Good creature design with both the T-Rex, King Kong himself, and a bunch of other creatures that they encounter. They all have good designs to them. Directed by Peter Jackson, who did Lord of the Rings. Has Naomi Watts in it. She does a really good job, and she's really pretty. The name sounds familiar, but I can't think of why it sounds familiar. Adrien Brody. That name sounds familiar to me, but I can't picture who that is. In 14th place, we have Fatal Attraction with Michael Douglas and Glenn Close. And basically, Glenn Close is infatuated with Michael Douglas, who I believe is married in this or something. Yeah. and Glenn Close is fatally attracted to him, as the title would suggest. And I think she ends up like killing herself in the end because she's like, if I can't have you, no one can. And then I don't want to be with anyone. Killed herself. So it had a good plot twist, which I just spoiled. But yeah. In 13th place, we have Godzilla. What is it? Like 1998 with Matthew Broderick. It gave a unique look to Godzilla right there, only to show up again in Godzilla Final Wars, which we'll get to in just a second. But it also is the only one that I can think of where Godzilla has kids. I'm sure there are other ones. Like I'm pretty sure there's one called Son of Godzilla, but I don't personally have that and haven't seen it. In 12th place, we have Enough with Jennifer Lopez. And this one is pretty good. Jennifer Lopez is trying to distance herself from an ex who's a abusive creep, like an abusive jerk. While at the same time, I think she's trying to protect her kid. I'm pretty sure she has like a son or a daughter or something. And in this, and she's trying to protect not only herself but her kid from her ex, who's the kid's dad. In 11th place, we have Godzilla Final Wars right here. And the reason this one is a little bit higher than Godzilla with Matthew Broderick in it is because it is a bananas crazy, like, what the heck was this kind of movie. What I mean by that is at one point, I'm pretty sure one of the monsters steps on a fire hydrant and it bursts into flames and it makes like a giant ball of fire. And it's like, that wouldn't happen, but it's funny that it does. So that's that comedic, like, that wouldn't happen. And yet it just did type thing to elevates it above the 98 version. In 10th place, we have Erin Brockovich, based on a true story. The real Erin Brockovich is in this. I think she plays a waitress or something, which I think is pretty cool. And she's uncovers a huge case of corporate corruption for like a water company or something, and that's been knowingly poisoning its drinkers like the consumers of the water, whether they're bathing, drinking it, cooking with it, whatever. It's been slowly poisoning them with too many of certain types of elements that are harmful. In 9th place, we have Flashdance, and one of the songs in this is very fun to dance to in the Just Dance games. I believe it's in like Summer Party or something. Maniac. Oh my gosh, that is such a fun dance to do. And that's in this. Which is pretty much why I have this one as high as it is in the ranking. It's not enough to push it any higher, but it's in the top 10. So there you go. In 9th place, we have Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And this movie is wacky. It's a non-comic book multiverse movie, and it just is crazy stuff going on. Like there's a universe where everyone's fingers are hot dogs, and it's like, why would you not eat your fingers if they look like hot dogs? Like, come on now. I'm pretty sure I might do that. But anyway, in seventh place we have Halloween 1978, or the OG, because there are three movies just called Halloween. Rob Zombie Halloween, and Halloween 2018. This one is the original, the classic, and Graced by Simplicity is what this one has, because it's such a simple plot, and they go through it seamlessly, and it's such a good, simple slasher, and yeah, love it. In sixth place, we have Godzilla 2014. This one, given the MCU of things, has a very weird couple pairing of Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen. In this, they're married, and then a year later, they were twins in the MCU. And so it's like, okay, this is a little awkward. They went from a married couple to brother and sister. What? Um, but still a very enjoyable movie. Just interesting given that context that I just expanded upon. Um, both do good or give really good performances in here. Theirs are the only names that I recognize on here. But yeah. In fifth place, we have Halloween 2, the OG, the original one. And it picks up where the original left off and continues, like, it picks up exactly where it left off, which is really cool. Way to not miss anything there. And it's just another fun movie here. Much better than the Rob Zombie one. The Rob Zombie one is trash. This one is great. Halloween Kills is also Halloween 2, and that one's pretty good too. We'll get to that. In fourth place, we have Girls, the complete series. Such a good show. Obviously, it made it not only cracked the top 10, it cracked the top 5. So that should show you how much I enjoyed this series. I kind of wish it was a longer series, but it ended in a place where it's like, okay, yeah, it makes sense to end it here. It's not like, what? Why would you end it there? Type thing. And then moving on, in third place, we have Halloween 2, Kills, from the most recent trilogy. And then our runner-up is Halloween 2018, which means that since I'm including that whole trilogy in this video, my favorite of the bunch from this batch of movies is Halloween Ends, and this has a really cool steelbook design here, like that. Very cool. And with this, the only way they could do more Halloween movies is if they completely rebooted the franchise, because there's no way Michael Myers is coming back from the end of this film, from the end of Halloween Ends, because he got grounded into a pulp, basically. It's like you got put in one of those sausage maker machines that grinds a bunch of beef down into sausages. but a much larger scale. It's like one of those giant rock crushing machines. And yeah, there's no way you're coming back from that, Michael Myers. If he does come back from that somehow, I'd be like, how the crap did you do that? Because he would literally have to like uncrush himself, and that's just not how that works. So yeah, that is it for this ranking. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Um, I would highly recommend all of these titles, except maybe Fatale. That one's um, a bit much at times with its cheater plot lines. But all of these are good movies, and that I enjoy a good bit. And I will catch you guys in the next video after I get it set up and lined up. Um, I've started having a Word doc off on this screen, like over on this side over here, by where the desk is, to make sure I don't lose track of where I'm at in the ranking, and it helps quite a bit actually, which is nice. So yeah, I'll be back after I get the next set of movies all set up like in the Word doc like that, and after I upload this one. So BRB.